Welcome to Curiosity Gameplay with Rebel Weasel. We've finally rescued Fennorian from the horrible torture that he was undergoing from Exarch Singalis. Finn explained that the Exarch Singalis and Rada al-Saran would often go into Singalis' sanctum to discuss strategy. We should search it for any information about the Grey Host and what they may be planning. Let's see. It's this way. Urns. We break for urns. Blueprint. Argodian lattice. Yay. See? That's why we break for urns.
Take your time. You've been through a lot.
They did whatever they wanted. I couldn't stop them. Exarch Singalis was insane, but he was also a genius. If he kept records, they'll be in here.
I see a map and some papers. Hey partner, take a look.
Here's the map. Grey Host Communique. Exarch Singalis, we are indebted to your great mind. Since your rebirth, you have brought our dream ever closer to reality. Obstacles that I chipped away at over a millennia, you cleave away in mere days. The time for subterfuge is coming to an end. Continue the refinement of your techniques and supply the Coven witches with the fruits of your labor. They must produce the ritual materials for Ulfra and her kin to deploy. Let the Nords fret over the random harrow storms while we prepare to unleash the most powerful storm of all. Send your refined netherroot brew to the Midland camp and to my keep, along with everything else needed for the rituals. I will alert the coastal camp to prepare more medallions and send updated orders to our warlords in the Blackreach camp. Stay strong, my brother, for the Grey Host will soon live again. Rada al-Saran.
So, partner, what did you find? We set out to find Fenn and bring him back to Solitude. Along the way, we learned more about our true enemy, killed one of their leaders, and acquired some valuable intelligence. That's a victory in my book.
Anything else we need to do here?
Not that I can think of. I'll make sure that Fenn makes it to the Blue Palace. We'll meet you there. And don't forget that map and communique.
All right. See you at the Blue Palace.
Come on, Fenn. Princess Vana herself requested your presence at the Blue Palace.
I don't believe I'm very good company right now.
Come on, Fenn. We'll help you through this.
You're gonna be okay, Fenn.
You risked so much to rescue me. Why would you do such a thing?
We're friends, and we need your help to devise a defense against the harrow storms.
I had a lead on that, but Singalis captured me before I could finish looking into that. I let Edyar down.
I rescued Edyar's pack. He helped us to find you.
Then I also owe you for reconciling my debt to Edyar. Exarch Singalis was experimenting with werewolf blood, both to determine why it renders them immune to harrow storms, and to use it to strengthen the ritual components.
Can you use what you learned from Edyar to develop a defense?
Not by itself, but it gives me a place to start. With any luck, that map may provide additional clues. I need to rest. I'm sorry, my friend. This ordeal has been more difficult than you can imagine.
I understand. You'll get him there safely, right?
I'll get Fenn to Solitude and sneak him into the Blue Palace. We'll meet you in Svana's chamber. We've got a lot to discuss and not a lot of time to put a plan together, so let's not dawdle.
Okay, goodbye. Urns. And now I have some travel time.
It's true. The Reach attacked Morthal. The Jarl's soldiers put a stop to it, as I understand it.
That's nothing. I heard something happened in Carthhold. Carthwatch was destroyed.
Here we are at the Blue Palace.
What is it?
You are welcome here, Fennorian of House Ravenwatch.
I don't know what to say.
You're back! Lyris was just making introductions and was about to give her report. Why don't you tell me what happened? By all the Mead and Sovngarde, it's good to see you and the others. Your vampire scholar seems out of sorts, but I'm glad to make his acquaintance. Lyris tells me you ran into a bit of trouble. Care to explain?
Fennorian was captured, and we killed a vampire leader. We also recovered a map and documents.
And I can't wait to hear all the details. In the meantime, let's take a look at what you found and try to devise a plan. Lyris didn't say much, but she indicated that time is short. Here, take this. You deserve a lot more, but it's all I can spare.
Oh. Oh. Oh, we get a pet. We get a pet. Oh my gosh, we get that wolf that I've been seeing everybody with. I'm so excited.
The information you brought back from Blackreach might give us a fighting chance. Let's put our heads together and figure out how to use what you learned. My father be damned.
We killed Singalis and brought back a map and a communique. The enemy calls itself the Grey Host.
The Grey Host? Where have I heard that name? Meanwhile, my father rounded up the Herald and moved his soldiers to the outer walls. Then he ordered the quartermaster to stockpile Castle Dower. He's preparing Solitude to withstand a long siege.
And you don't agree with that approach?
That might work against a mob of Reachmen, but thick walls can't stop a Herostorm. Any war we try to wage will be over before it starts if we don't find a way to stop them. Fen knows more about the storms than anyone. See what he suggests.
I'll talk to Fennorian about countering the Herostorms.
Talk to Fen. If he has any bright ideas, I'd love to hear them. Magister Fidelia has been studying the Icereach Coven medallion, but she hasn't had a lot of success. She seems even less confident about reproducing their protective enchantment now.
Did Magister Fidelia learn anything that might help us at all?
She identified necromantic components as part of the enchantment, as well as reach rituals. But she isn't an expert on either type of magic. Frankly, I think she's exhausted the scope of her knowledge.
Were you able to accomplish anything while we were rescuing Fennorian?
You mean other than hounding my father and serving as go-between for the Jarl of Morthal and the Magister of Carthald? I wrangled promises out of my father and showed our allies that someone in Solitude still cares.
What kind of promises?
I got High King Svargrim to promise to dispatch soldiers to reinforce Morthal's defenses and send aid to Carthwatch. It's a start, but he hasn't actually issued the orders yet. I need to follow up with him after we're finished.
So the High King has finally acknowledged the threat to his kingdom.
Sort of. He admits he might have been wrong about the Icereach Coven, as far as that goes. But he still glares daggers whenever anyone mentions you or Lyris. So let's not bring up Fen, all right?
Ah, good point.
It's all right. I'm ready to help.
How you feeling there, Fennorian?
I know what you need me to do. Put my experience behind me. Focus on the mission, just like Verandis taught me. Could you show me the research you recovered from Exarch Singalis' laboratory?
I found notes on werewolves and netherroot, and a potion made from netherroot and other ingredients.
These notes prove my theory. Netherroot is the key component of the Herostorm ritual. It's like a poison for the soul. Weakens the bonds to the body so it can be pulled free. They're harvesting life energy from anyone caught in the storms.
But why? Why would they want to harvest life energy?
I'm guessing, but it may have something to do with those stone husks we saw. Remember how the werewolf emerged from one? And look at the mixture you retrieved. It isn't like the residue we recovered from the witch pike. It's more concentrated.
Could that be what they're going to use to make the Herostorms stronger?
It's certainly what Singalis' notes imply. Despite how it looks, a plan is formulating in my mind. I think I can create an elixir, but I'll need more of this refined netherroot brew. And we need to solve the mystery of the Coven medallions.
All right. Anyone have any idea where we're going to find this stuff?
I know what you need me to do. Put my experience behind me. Focus on... I wonder what Lyris has in mind. Roll out the map and let's see.
I missed a conversation piece there somehow.
See those marks? Grey Host sites that correspond to the communique we found. I know a commander's map when I see one. Each of those marks matches a location mentioned in the communique from Rada al-Saran, the leader of the Grey Host. I can already see where we need to go.
Where do you think we should look?
That mark on the northwest coast, that's an Ice Reach Coven camp. The communique mentioned needing more medallions. Odds are, they come from there. And here, a Midland camp between Dragonbridge and Morthal. It's a staging ground for the Harrow Storms.
And that's where we can find the refined nether root brew?
More than likely. Those two locations should provide what Fenn needs to finish his elixir. We can't bet everything on that, though. The communique mentions a warlord's camp in Blackreach. Maybe we can learn more about their ultimate plan there.
3 camps. That's a lot of ground to cover.
Svanna, Fenn, and I will divvy up the camps and scout ahead. Fenn should investigate the coastal camp. I'll take the Midlands camp. That leaves Svanna with Blackreach. Meet up with each of us when you're ready. Then we'll hit each camp in turn.
What should we expect to find at the Grey Host camps?
We don't have a lot of solid details, just what we've pieced together from the Grey Host's notes and communique. But I'll answer your questions the best I can. Which camp did you want to ask about?
Tell me about the coastal camp.
From what I can tell, the camp on the northwest coast is where the Coven first made landfall from Ice Reach. It's as close to a home base as they've got. They've established themselves there, so I'd expect it to be well defended, if not fortified.
Why do you think this is where they're making their medallions?
The communique mentioned orders to produce more of those medallions, probably to keep pace with the increase in Harrow Storms. I can't guarantee this is the coastal camp where the orders were sent, but it's the only one on the map.
I want to know about the camp in Blackreach.
That's the one we know the least about, but it's where a lot of the Grey Host's warlords are gathering, at least according to the communique. It's the best place I can think of where we can get a look at those orders the Ashen Lord mentioned.
What do we know about the Midlands camp?
The Grey Host isn't just hiding in Blackreach now. They're mounting an invasion, and this appears to be their primary staging ground. I expect they're stockpiling witch pikes, grey reliquaries, and other supplies here, including the refined brew.
Okay, thank you, Lyris. I don't really feel comfortable with Fenn being out on his own, because he's still recovering from his torture, so I'm going to go to the coastal camp first, where Fenn will be. But first... Look, I have my wolf. Yay! Look, he's almost as tall as I am.
Got a lot to do here.
That's amazing. I didn't know that that's how everybody got their wolves. I thought that it was somehow a DLC or a crown crate item that I'd missed somewhere. But that's wonderful.
Just for the big boys. This is the only love he ever gets.
Thank you for joining me on Curiosity Gameplay with Rebel Weasel. If you could, please click that follow or subscribe button. It would be much appreciated. I'll see you next time.